Shalom, good morning. This is vacation video number 4. We're studying the Rambam's Hilchos Talmud Torah, and we are on Parak Aleph, Halacha Ches. And the halacha states as follows: Kol ish mi Yisrael chayev b'Talmud Torah, ben ani ben ashir, ben shalom begufo, ben ba'yisurim, ben bachar, ben shaya zaken gadol, shetashas kocho. Afilu haya ani misparnis min atstako, machzer al psachim, afilu bal isho, banim chayev l'kvol lo zman Talmud Torah b'yom v'layla, shnemar v'gita b'yom v'layla. So the Rambam talks about now, if you remember the first halacha, we were wondering why the Rambam didn't start off his Hilchos Talmud Torah in this halacha by saying who's obligated. The Rambam had started off his halachos by saying who was exempt, who was pater from Talmud Torah. And now you see the Rambam says every single man all Jewish men are obligated in the mitzvah of Talmud Torah. The mitzvah of Talmud Torah having two parts, being the learning, the studying, and the teaching. Okay, so everybody is obligated, all Jews are obligated, whether they're rich, whether they're poor, whether they're perfectly healthy or they're in tremendous amounts of pain, whether they're young or they're old and weak. Even if they're so poor that they have to go around begging, right? So they're still chayev, and even if you're married, right? So you might think that you have the obligations of supporting somebody else, so you'd be exempt, or you have a lot of children. Right, so you still have to set aside time to study Torah, both in the day and the night. As it says, we work at it, meaning Torah, both the day and night. So that's the obligation. The obligation is that every single Jewish man, no matter what personal situation they must be in, every morning and every night, they must set aside time to study Torah. That is the obligation of Talmud Torah. That's what we were looking for in Halacha Aleph. In the first Halacha, when the Rambam said who's exempt from Talmud Torah, we were looking for who is obligated in Talmud Torah. Well, in today's Halacha, we find that the person obligated in Talmud Torah is anyone who is a Jewish man, no matter what situation they're in. They have to set times to study Torah. And what is the mitzvah of Talmud Torah? Knows what's the measurement, what's the shear? The shear is that you study Torah both during the day and during the night. You have to set specific times. Now, it's not enough, it seems from the Rambam, to study Torah randomly, but rather you must set times aside. It's not that wherever you find a chance to study, but rather l'kvo itim, meaning at this and this time, I'm going to study Torah tonight. The Rambam goes on and he says, seemingly expressing the idea of no matter what life situation that you're in, you must study Torah. He says, Gedolei Chachmei Yisrael hayam mehem chotvei eitzim umehen shovei mayim umehen sumim afal pikein hayu oskim b'Talmud Torah. Right, the great scholars of the Jewish people were wood choppers with axes. Right, they were water carriers, and they all had jobs. And even so, they were involved in the study of Torah. Not only were they involved in the study of Torah, but they were some of our greatest scholars. Now, and they studied Torah both day and night. And not only were they the ones that studied Torah, not only were they scholars, but they were the bearers of our tradition. They were what we call what the Rambam calls Matikei Hashmua. They were the Balei HaMasora. These were our leaders. These were the people, the Rabbi Akivas and the Rabbi Yossi HaSandlers and the Rabbi Yehuda Nasi. All these people were really the carriers of our traditions. All had jobs along with their study of Torah. The Rambam goes on in Halacha Yud and he says, "Ad emasai chayav l'mod Torah." So until when does your obligation to end studying Torah? Well, when does that end? Because if I study the following 6 books, is that it? Now I've fulfilled my study of Torah and then I'm done? Or is it a certain amount of time? You have to do 20 years? When does this obligation end? And there's all obligations of the Torah, so I understand when they end. How much matzah do I have to eat? After I finish eating that amount of matzah, now I'm exempt. I don't have to eat any more matzah. So what's the story when it comes to Talmud Torah? At what point am I exempt? So the Rambam says, "An emasai chayav l'mod Torah ad yom moso." Well, it ends when you die, right? Meaning that every single day that you are alive, you're obligated to study Torah. Shneimar yasur lecha kol yemei chayecha. Right? It says that heaven forbid that you should not be involved in this in your heart all the days of your life. The verse says, and not only that, but every moment, right, that he's not involved in Talmud Torah, that's when he begins to forget his Torah study. So you have to be involved in Torah study. Every Jewish man has to be involved in Torah study every single day, both day and night. He has to set aside times, and that obligation lasts until the day he dies. Well, here's my question for today that I'd like you to answer. The question is as follows. The Rambam had said that everybody is obligated in study of Torah, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you have a lot of children, you don't have a lot of children, you're healthy, you're not healthy, right? Whether you're so poor that you have to go from door to door. Everybody is obligated in the study of Torah. That's what the Rambam said, and you have to have a job. Well, we know of a concept called a havamina. Havamina is what I might have thought, and most laws come to address a havamina, right? Most laws come to address the what might I have thought. I might have thought the opposite. Therefore, the law states as follows: I might have thought I could eat non-kosher food. Therefore, the law comes and tells me that I can eat only kosher food. So, why might I have thought that somebody who's poor, somebody that's wealthy, somebody who's healthy, somebody who's not healthy, this whole capital list, why might I have thought that these people were exempt from the study of Torah, right? And therefore the Rambam had to come and tell me that they are obligated. That's my question. I can't wait to hear your answers. Have a great day.